Welcome back to a new video on Field of Play TV with my boy Sanch as usual. You know the vibes. Listen, this week. Oh, bro, where do we start? Where do we start, man? United. Oh.
Again, look, I swear down, yeah. One thing I'm going to say is, I was watching that game yesterday and I was thinking that 3 weeks felt nice.
Felt nice, innit?
Yeah, it felt nice.
People
think it's a joke, you know.
People
it's not
generally
a joke.
think it's a joke. Like, what? Like,
it's not a
you
joke.
don't want to see your team play,
and I'm
but
here and I'm like, just watch Spurs win. Probably watch the Gooners win tomorrow. Obviously,
don't let
L4 has something to say about that.
Don't let L4 hear that, fam. Trust me.
But bro, again, not surprised. Ruined my weekend.
Ruined yours.
Ruined. It still ruins my weekend because it's just like it's just there. You know what I mean? It's just there.
You know what's funny about yesterday's game? Yeah, it's the first time in a while, yeah, where I'm watching a game, yeah, and I'm just chuckling at just so many things. Like, it's not even actually paining me.
You know what?
It's laughable.
Rashford has been whatever awful this season. Alanga's been a bright spark. Rashford in I think it was the 94th minute cuts through 3 players, goes to shoot the ball,
and Alanga said, "This is my time to shine." Bro,
then Alanga shoots it. He's offside. If you wanted something to sum up Man United Football Club. In just an instance of play.
Yeah.
And there you have it, man.
And to even sum it up, Bruno went to ask the ref for a pen.
He's a lunatic, bro. We'll get on to him later, though.
Bruno went to ask the ref for a pen. You're not deep in that. Alanga tackled Rashford, bro. Bruno ran to the ref and said, pen.
And the goal, I know it was disallowed, and I know it was probably a foul, yeah, but it was just hilarious. That second goal, Varane's leg went, Maguire went and lunged. No one's seen the Maguire lunge, yeah, but it's hilarious.
No one's seen it.
So funny. Luke Shaw comes off injured at half time.
Usual, innit? The usual.
But before we got to Saturday, the week, what happened, man?
I know what you're talking about.
You don't know what I'm talking
about?
What you're talking about still. I thought them boys had to come to Abuja. What was that?
Nah.
But yeah, it's not
looking... They've got to come to Abuja, bro. That's what you're trying to do me
like
that.
That's what I'm on, bro. That's what you said.
Bro, you man got knocked out as well,
you know? Bro, let's talk about you first.
Alright, cool. Fair enough, innit?
Because you were giving it the big one the week before.
They
got to come Abuja. You didn't know the away goal rule.
Alright, cool. To be fair, I was confident still.
Your team's crazy, man.
I was confident
shocking.
still.
I'm not gonna lie, that is shocking, bro.
Because our array of talent, bro. Tell me a time in our history where we've had this many players like coming through.
Three was
bro,
Lookman,
honestly,
Dennis, Osimhen, like
bro,
crazy.
Simon, bro, Mola, bro. I can keep going on. And Didi in the midfield. Do you get what I'm trying to say? We have ballers, and it just sums. Why me? Do you get what I mean? Like, I've got Naij doing a mad thing. AFCON, they're knocking people for fun in the group stage. They go to the first knockout and they collapse. That just sums United.
Who was it again?
I can't even remember. That's what I'm trying to say, bro. I can't even remember.
That's what I was saying last week. We don't even get respite because my boys didn't make it either. So we're in a room full. You two United fans, 2 nations that ain't going to the World Cup.
A room full of disappointment. Full of disappointment.
I had Hammers the day after writing out Instagram posts like the United boys like.
Oh, like sorry.
It's not acceptable.
What kind of paragraph?
You're not there in November, are you?
What kind of paragraph was it though? Was it a Rashford kind of essay or was it?
It was an essay.
A Rashford kind of thing.
Rashford thing.
Good on him.
So
good on him.
But other results had to go away. I stayed up. Peru scored in the first 5 minutes. I went to sleep.
To what time?
No, I went to sleep. Peru scored in the first. They saved me. Yeah. Because I was gonna watch the Peru game.
Yeah. Now they
scored in the first 5 minutes. I went to bed. So terrible week if you ask me.
No, but you know what's so funny about that Naij game, yeah? They're just pathetic. Like, it's just a mirror of United. It's like...
No, literally.
Bro,
Colombia's a bit more...
No, like, deep it. You got all this talent.
The manager resigned, wasn't
Bro,
it?
he needed to cut. He needed to go. What?
Manager.
He stayed, he's welcome. He needed to dash out. How can you have that much talent and you can't even piece it together?
Was he Nigerian?
Ghana's team is abysmal. No, like, it's genuinely shocking.
It's actually shocking.
Bro, I have a Ghanaian friend. We're watching the game together.
Dennis Odoi. They called man up.
Dennis Odoi.
No, they called man up. That's the first time he called them up.
Championship.
No, he's left.
Where's he now?
I don't know, but he's not at Fulham.
He must be in the slums now of Ghana, fam. But they got through in the end.
Got the job done. Thomas
It's shocking still. Partey scored against us. Your
keeper costing you again.
But you know what's funny about that Partey?
It's actually a mirror.
The Hayer.
Yeah.
We got man. It's like when will it end? When will it end, Robbie? Deep it though, bro. We got the Hayer there. Then we got our keeper for Naij that's just messing about. The Ghanaians defo paid him a something to just say let that in, because Partey should not be scoring against no one.
It was a different one. And it was a long shot from Partey.
A long shot from Partey that he gets that people laugh at when he's about to shoot. Nah, man, it's a joke thing, man. Naij.
So it's been a troubling week. I'm not gonna lie.
You let me down, man.
Bro, football. I'm starting to think football.
It's not for us, isn't
it? Yeah. I don't know why we bother. This week, your boy, this is T4's favourite player, signed a new, so it's a 4-year deal with the option of an extra year, but he had 3 years left, so it's 5 years.
Yeah.
5 years.
Yeah.
Bruno Fernandes, probably been United's best player in the last three seasons, whatever.
Not probably.
Yeah. I'll let you go first. Obviously, that's your boy. There's been some have ridiculed it. Some have been like, what you ridiculing it about? But yeah, it's been obviously United drawn again. Drop points again. Further away, adrift from the top 4. Bruno signed a new deal. So it's only right, although we don't want to, that we touch back on base with United after our first episode where we where we grilled them. So, but yeah, take the reins. Tell me, do you agree with it? Do you not agree with it?
You know I agree with it. Listen, I'm ecstatic. I'm ecstatic that he signed a new deal. Why? Because sooner or later, he's going to sit up and realise he is in a crazy team. Sooner or later, is going to realise he can get better, in my opinion. At this current stage that we're at.
He's dusted. We'll be 33 when it ends. He's finished.
Yeah, but that doesn't say you can't request a transfer.
I know.
Do you get it? But anyways, my point is, I'm happy he signed because he's a player, man. He's the player that transformed United, and I feel like fans are so quick to forget what Bruno's done for the club. Like, the guy got 8 goals and 7 assists in his first season. Wasn't even a full season. Came in Jan, hit the ground running, done his thing, pulled us into the top 4. When we was way adrift before. You know what I'm trying to say? So I feel like it's so easy nowadays for fans to just get on players' backs and give them stick when they're not playing well. But you don't do that to players that have shown themselves. Do you know what I'm trying to say? In a heavy light. And
one thing I'm going to just say to that, is Bruno Fernandes, we've had all the best players in the world since Fergie's left.
Zlatan,
whether it's a right signing or not,
Maria.
I probably on one hand, Zlatan was one, performed well, but there was still question marks. Ronaldo's come in, performed well, still question mark. But the only one, Bruno Fernandes, that's the one thing I'm going to give to him, is that you always come and be like, they bang the joke where you're like, you go United and then you just turn to pot.
Because it's true.
Because it is true.
Yeah.
But Bruno Fernandes has obviously been an exception to the rule.
Mm-hmm.
So in that sense, I agree with that in terms of he's shown himself.
Listen, and what do fans want? Because don't get me wrong, in the last few games, even in the last few weeks and months, you can say he hasn't been himself. He's been moaning way more than he normally does. I'm seeing that a lot in him, and that annoys me. Bruno ain't perfect. No player is. You know what I'm trying to say? But it's like Bruno's the only player in world football where he's highlighted for his weaknesses, that's focused on more than his strengths. Do you see what I'm trying to say? They focus on his deficiencies when his strengths are out of this world. You see what I'm saying? We're talking about a player that came in, hit the ground running. Following season, people said, yeah, Bruno's not going to do this. Bruno's not going to do that. He ain't going to carry this on. He went and got 18 goals in the Premier League, bro. You go and tell me when midfielders have done that. You give me names. We'll be here for hours. He went and broke the record of most goals scored by a midfielder in all campaigns. He went and done that. Broke Lampard's record, 28 goals, I believe. So, how can people come here and tell me? Because I've been seeing it a lot. Paul Merson, he's come on. He said he's flabbergasted. What are you talking about? You're flabbergasted at what?
I think that's a bit strong. He's acting like we gave a new deal to
Phil Jones.
yeah.
You see what I'm trying to say?
That is a bit strong.
I hear the fans' frustration in terms of why you giving a contract out at this current moment, because everyone knows what's going on at United at this current moment. But to say he doesn't deserve it, and to say he's not a good player and all of this stuff because of our failings in regards to performances, is ludicrous to me, bro. It's ludicrous. You never know what you got till it's gone, and I feel like that will be with Bruno. 100% will be with Bruno. Yes, he does his long balls. He does it. Sometimes I'm even banging my hands together thinking, bro, just look for the simpler pass. But it comes down to coaching. It comes down to instructions, in my opinion. When Oli was at the reins, he was giving Bruno the reins of Manchester. He was giving him the freedom of Manchester to do what he likes. You see what I'm saying? A manager comes in, he gives him the instructions. If you can't follow it, head to the bench. It's as simple as that. You see what I'm saying?
That's the question, though, that's been asked.
Okay.
Will he be able to...
Yeah, what are you saying? What are you saying?
With regards to Bruno Fernandes, the guy is I mentioned it to you the other day, bro. He's a bit Marmite, bro. Some people adore him, some people hate him, and not just United fans. Yeah, I mean, yes, that's United fans, but it's also football fans in general.
Yeah.
Bro, football fans enjoy certain players because of the way they play. Some people love him because, like you said, the numbers he's brought up, but some people hate him because it's like, in reality, he's rubbish. That's the argument they say, because he's not good at football.
Yeah, but that's cap.
I won't say it's cap, because it's dependent on whatever. If you think my man's rubbish at football, okay, you get what I'm saying. Like, what, I'm not gonna sit around and say no, he's good at football.
What do you think? What's your actual thoughts? Let me get the popcorn out for this one. You get me?
I think with Bruno Fernandes, I think that talking about the deal in general, it don't sit right with me.
How come?
I feel like this is the worst season we've had. Probably since Moyes, maybe even worse. So nothing against Bruno Fernandes, but I don't think anyone, especially without a gaffer, especially without a new gaffer. So the first argument is we ain't got a gaffer. Yeah. And we ain't talking about a prime Ronaldo here where any manager in the world's going to have him. We're not talking about Rafael Varane where any manager in the world's going to have him at centre-half. We're talking about a very, very, very volatile footballer where you're like... Some will like him. Like I said with the Marmite thing, some managers will like to have him, will like his attributes, works hard. His volume of goal contributions is high. And others might go, not for me. Gives the ball away too much.
Don't you think the word volatile is too strong?
Nah, because I feel like with Bruno, there's never a balance with Bruno. As much because I love Bruno myself.
We've seen Bruno have the reins.
When you say the reins,
we've seen Bruno have games where he's more reserved because we've had conversations behind closed doors, and it's like, I've loved it. Yeah,
and I've loved it when he's had those reserve games, because it shows one, he can do it, but then there's my frustration is I've not seen it more than 5 occasions.
So isn't that down to instructions? Though?
But if I've not seen it more than 5 occasions, then I'm thinking, have you instructed him another 100 times to do whatever you want?
And he won't
So
be
for
benched.
me, there won't be. So for me, there's not a balance with it. It's not like it's 50 here, 50 there. It's a handful of games where I've gone, Bruno, oh my days, he kept it simple. Oh my God, he's not tried this 80-yard ball across the pitch, or he's not tried the 40-yard screamer, and I don't mind all of that. But I had this same worry with Rashford, and I remember speaking with one of my friends, and I said, and then was it last season or the season before we were talking about, and he's like, but he's got this amount of goals, but he's got this amount of goals, and he's got this amount of assists, and these amount of goal contributions, and that's all well and good. But Marcus Rashford wasn't playing well. I don't care how many games, I don't care how many goals Marcus Rashford was scoring, because ultimately, when them goals dry up, I need you to be able to play well.
Yeah, you see, this is where I
So
This
with
is where I
no, but
just-
sorry,
go on.
no, not with Bruno, but with Marcus.
Okay.
With Marcus, I said no, because he's not playing well enough.
Okay.
I don't like it.
Okay.
I don't care if he scored 18 goals this season,
Who?
Marcus. So for me, I'm like, okay, the 18 goals, one is not getting us anywhere in terms of trophies or all of that. 2, outside of them goals, on the wing, he's not being enough of a problem for me. He's not playing well enough for me. And I'm saying, and I didn't have a lot to say because the goals were being scored. But it didn't sit right with me because I said, once them goals dry up, is Marcus Rashford, like today, going to be able to affect a game without scoring a goal like Harry Kane did? Tottenham scored 5 goals. Harry Kane was the best player on the pitch. He didn't score. So my problem
So how are you
is,
relating it to Bruno?
because Bruno's similar.
Disagree.
Because for me, Bruno,
Disagree.
again, I can't on too many occasions say from minute 1 to minute 90, Bruno is absolutely brilliant.
And neither and Kane isn't either. You're telling me
But it's incomparable, Kane and Bruno. Incomparable.
you just made an example about Kane not contributing but playing well. I watched that first half and Kane was nowhere to be seen. Nowhere to be seen. I watched the game. And I'll tell you something for a fact. Bruno has had a lot of games, in my opinion, where he's been quality.
No, I'm not denying.
Quality without a goal contribution, in my opinion.
I'm not denying that.
A lot of people.
For me, it's not enough though.
I agree with you. I know Bruno's deficiencies, bro. You're talking to someone that's level-headed. I know Bruno's deficiencies. But at the same time, it's like he's the only player that gets slated for his deficiencies. Tell me another player that gets slated for their weaknesses. There's no one else, bro.
At United?
There's no one.
Or anywhere.
In the Prem.
I can't. I don't know. I don't. Well,
Bro,
yeah.
he's the
But
only.
I feel that's I feel like that's United tax. I hear what you're saying, but also it's probably his midfield partner Pogba. Probably them two are probably the worst that get it in terms of what they can't do.
Listen, you know what kind of angers me, yeah? It's the fact that our own fans are turning on him. That's what angers me the most, because it's like, I understand why the rival fans hate Bruno. What? I would hate Bruno if I was a rival fan as well. You see what I'm saying?
But
He could be doing nothing in the game, like you said,
no.
and
Yeah,
pop up with a goal contribution,
Yeah.
which a lot of people hate, because it's
but
like,
that's a quality.
but people don't see that.
Yeah, that's a quality.
People don't see that. Are you telling
It's
me?
very easy, bro. We've all played football, and you're having a stinker, and bro, get me on the bus home.
Do you get? You're not.
It's very hard to
But he keeps going.
to even have the audacity to try a ball when you've had a terrible game. To even try a certain ball. I remember Atletico. It's probably the worst I've ever seen Bruno play.
Oh, worst. One of the worst performances.
But then he's the reason.
Why we broke even on the tie.
There you go.
He's literally
And
the reason.
me with Bruno, listen, at the end of the day, I love Bruno because of what he's done. For me, it's not something I hate. So like when Rashford was doing it, it wasn't something I hated in terms of the bad performances, but playing well and getting assists. I mean, scoring goals and getting assists. I didn't hate it, but for me, it worries me. It worries me in terms of when Bruno maybe does what Rashford does, probably not to this extent, because Rashford's. But I mean, like, okay, when Bruno doesn't score, let's say 10 games, probably won't happen because he's just, like I said, the volume is ludicrous. But let's say there's 10 games where Bruno doesn't score or doesn't assist. Will I be able to bank on Bruno at least playing well?
I think. Go on.
But that's from a fan point of view. But the reason the deal that I'm thinking doesn't sit right with me, I'm not saying Bruno shouldn't have got a new deal. I'm just thinking, we're talking about that kind of player. That's night and day for certain managers. So Ten Hag might walk in and be like, I don't even want the guy.
No, hey.
The guy signed a 5-year deal. But then Poch might walk in and be like, that's a bit of me. He wanted him at Spurs. So I'm thinking, why couldn't he wait till the summer?
Nah, that I hear.
Why couldn't we get our gaffer first?
That I genuinely
Because
hear.
it's not like I said earlier, it's not like a Ronaldo where 99% of gaffers in world football are going to be like, yeah. It's Bruno. And for me, as good as his abilities are, I still think with management, 50% of managers will go yes, 50% of managers will go no. It doesn't.
You believe in that percentage?
Yeah, with regards to Bruno, yeah.
Interesting.
I feel like you either love him or hate him.
Interesting.
And
still. You don't think remember managers that have all of this ego, you believe some will hate, some won't. When there's managers out there that feel like they can put the reins on Bruno, you think it's that percentage? Shocking still.
And
Shocking.
that's from a how do I put it? A fan point of view. That's just me. But it's like Bruno's not to blame for Man United's
By the way, in the worst season that we're having,
because
because people talk about stats and all of that stuff, which sometimes they don't paint the bigger picture.
And
it paints it when you're getting 18 goals in the Premier League, by the way. So I don't want to hear none of this. Oh, he got 18 goals in the Premier League. Oh, is that why you reflect on da-da-da-da? Bro, go show me when players have done that. If it's that easy, go and show me midfielders that do that and still get assists on the chart.
I don't enjoy the conversation because it's
Neither do I, because it's like...
because of you, but I mean, because you like Bruno. Whereas with me, I love Bruno as well, but it's like... I see it on a
You're looking at it like, what's the best for United, which I get.
On a tactical point of view, where I'm like, Bruno has performed in big games. I'm not going to sit here and say he's never performed in a big game.
But that's the narrative, though. That's the narrative, by the way.
But in terms of me, I'm saying he's not performed in enough big games.
No, he hasn't. 100%. But the narrative is he doesn't perform in big games.
He's our best player. He's the go-to guy. He's this, he's that.
So don't you think that's the reason why he got the contract?
We ain't won, but... Yeah. No, it is. But the reason it doesn't sit right with me is only because of the manager. Yeah. If you're going to keep him and want Bruno, fair enough. Whatever. Does Bruno know who the gaffer's going to be? He might.
But don't you think they gave it to him just because there's players leaving and they want to secure, tie down...
Bro, that's an asset at the end of the day. And we'll touch on to that. But the point I'm making is Bruno's not perfect. He's our go-to guy. He's this. Villa, we have not won a trophy since he's been here. And that's the end game. I don't care how many goals he scored.
But that's not just down to Bruno, though.
It's not just down to Bruno.
It's nowhere near down to Bruno.
But when you're...
One player can't change things.
But when you're the go-to guy, when you're that player for that club, you won the game against Villarreal. He was awful. I need Bruno to perform well that day. The FA Cup semi against Chelsea. Yes, that was all De Gea. But I need Bruno. Was he good? Yes, he scored. It was a penalty. But was he good enough that day? No. That's when I need Bruno to perform.
Listen.
In the big games, I remember Anfield, Mr. Sitter. When we were in the title race. Bruno, step up. Okay, he's not stepped up. He's got the chance now to score when he's got the chance to now score the goal, get the goal contribution that he normally gets, doesn't pull it away. Bruno is a top quality level footballer, yeah? And he is that because the numbers show for it. He saw what he done for Portugal in midweek. It's not just United. It was at Sporting too. That's why he got the move. Portugal, he's been nowhere near good enough. So then when people say Bruno might be, if we get a better player like James Maddison, would it work better?
A better player? Say another player, because James Maddison isn't better than Bruno.
I think James Maddison's a better footballer than Bruno Fernandes.
You're mad.
But that's not the be-all and end-all of football.
Put James Maddison in our team and, bro...
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's not the be-all and end-all of football. Just because you're better than someone doesn't mean you're going to produce bring an output. So, for example, you're right. If Maddison comes into our team, is Maddison going to pull up the numbers?
It's not been about numbers, bro. This is what I'm trying to say. Fans are getting too far away from the criticism they give Bruno. Bro, overnight, did Bruno just turn into a player that is not quality?
But you, bro.
Hold on. Sorry.
No.
Sorry, hold on.
Bro, you're talking about that. But you're talking about. I'm not saying that, bro.
Yeah, but you just said Maddison's better than Bruno, so I'm addressing that point. Do you get?
But I want you to stop talking about outside. I don't care about all of that. Because I'm saying to you,
I don't get.
You don't get what?
You just said Maddison's better than Bruno. Then I said, then basically the point was, if he was in United team, what would be the general consensus? You said that's not the be all and end all. But I want to address the fact that, and you say don't address what outside is saying and that, but bro, it's the general consensus that eye test and all of this stuff that I'm seeing lately. Odegaard, you, for God's sake, even tried it with James. You see what I'm trying to say? Oh, the eye test does this, the eye test does that.
I'm not talking about eye test.
Hold on. So how's Maddison? So what?
Because I think James. I'm not talking about numbers. I'm not saying. I'm not saying in this team, in this squad.
If you're not talking about numbers, what are you talking about?
Where we need a footballer.
Bruno's a footballer.
Where we need a footballer to come in and get us goals because we're tactically not good enough, and our squad is not quality-wise up there. I will have Bruno Fernandes over James Maddison every day of the week.
Do you believe we've been coached properly?
No.
So then, if we haven't been coached properly, do you not think, and do you not kind of, do you not kind of want to see what is going to happen with a good coach?
This is what I'm saying.
But you just said we ain't been coached properly. So surely you can highlight the fact that if we have a top level coach, Bruno will become a way better player. So what's the reason for you?
That's my worry. That's what I'm saying. We don't know with Bruno. So that's why I don't feel...
We don't know with Bruno. What does that mean?
We don't... Bruno Fernandes, yeah, whether you like it or not,
yeah,
performance-wise, yes, I'm aware that you said he's played well and all of this, and I agree with you. I'm not against Bruno. I don't dislike the bloke. But for me... just solely performance-wise, is not been good enough.
In his time at United?
In his time at United.
Cap.
Bro, I'm not talking about... It's all well and good bringing up 18 goals.
It's so crazy. People are prisoners of the moment, man.
It's sad. All of that, yeah. Still. That's all well and good bringing up 18 goals and 12
I'm not even bringing that up, bro. I'm talking solely... You're telling me Bruno has not had quality performances at United. You're telling me not enough. You're telling me not enough. Bruno, 1,000% has had enough quality performances. 110%. And I feel like, and I understand it. We're prisoners of the moment. In the last, I would say 18 months, Bruno hasn't been good enough. 100%. But you're telling me Bruno has not been quality. Hasn't had enough quality games. That is crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. And it's funny because I knew this will come. He even said it himself, for God's sake. He even said when the goals dry up and all of this stuff, people will start talking about my performances and all of this stuff. Bro, Bruno, apart from, I would even say Kevin De Bruyne, Bruno is the best centre attacking mid in the Premier League, without a doubt. No one touches him. And if you think anyone touches him, you're a clown, in my opinion. You're a clown, my opinion. Absolute clown. Bro, fans are so... And I'm not even just saying fans, because United fans are ungrateful anyways, in my opinion. Because you'll get a player like Bruno, and you'll start slating him when things aren't going well, just because we're in a bad vein of form. But you've also seen Bruno hit the heights. Hitting the heights is winning trophies, but bro, have you not seen our team? Like, you can't just do things by yourself. You're not a one-man army. That's not possible. So for fans to be coming out saying, Bruno,
but I don't think it's unfair of me to ask Bruno
to rein it in.
No, I don't feel it's unfair of me. Yeah, you're saying trophies are beyond end. Have you seen our team? We went to a Europa League final, and there was arguments that Ole should have got sacked after that, and that I'm not even against that argument. I wouldn't have done it, but I'm not against it. But we've seen, like you said, what Bruno can do. We've seen some great performances from Bruno Fernandes. But because it's so erratic, we wasn't able to count on Bruno Fernandes in the easiest final that we probably could have come up against. Is my point. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying...
Who else turned up in
I'm
that
not
game?
saying... That's why I'm saying we're the team. But that's what I'm saying. Because he's probably guilty of his own success. But I'm saying I'm not surprised by anyone else.
No, okay, fair.
Because they're all rubbish.
Okay.
So when Rashford had that game, am I sitting here fuming that Rashford played poorly? No, because
Okay.
I didn't count on him to play well.
Okay.
But that day, 1-1 or whatever, I was like, Bruno, please. He was awful.
So if you can tell me another player that game that
But
actually played well...
we're not talking about that. I don't look at these other players the way I look at Bruno.
You have to.
Why?
Because it's not a one-man army.
It's not a one-man army.
Do you want Bruno to take the ball from the centre circle and go and smash it into the net?
Now we're being ignorant, bro.
No, we're not.
Bro, you've seen
We're not being
players.
ignorant.
You've seen players grab games by the scruff of
When
the neck.
everyone else is playing shocking.
Yes. You're
Wow.
telling me you've never seen that in a football match?
You know when we're saying shocking, we're saying shocking, you know. We're not saying players were playing average. That Villarreal final was an abysmal performance from back to front. And it wasn't like there was players that were playing on 7s and 8s. Everyone was below a 6. So you tell me how Bruno can make his mark.
So you've never seen a player.
Not in a performance as bad as that final. No.
Okay.
No.
We're gonna have to agree to.
Because if you can tell me a player that even played all right.
For me, this is a defensive thing. Because for me, if I want my player, because it's not because Paul Pogba's my boy.
But I agreed with you though, in terms of Bruno needing to do more though.
No, but now you're saying we've not seen a game or a game as bad as that. I'm not saying this because Paul Pogba's my boy. It's just the first one that popped into my head. Yeah, we went to City that day where they were meant to win the league. On my mother's life, it should have been 8-0 at half time.
Okay.
Paul Pogba comes out the second half and says, "You know what? I don't know what he done. I'm not saying he's been good enough for United. I don't want you to think I'm defending his time at United, but I'm just showing you.
Okay.
It's doable.
It's doable.
There was no worse. Should we
think about who was playing that game?
What?
Because your point was just now in the Villarreal final.
I'm not talking
hold on.
Players,
We need
bro.
to come.
I'm not talking about
how can we not talk about the team? It don't make no sense, bro. We just said Villarreal final that everyone was shocking. In that City game, in that second half, not everyone was shocking. That is the difference. Because I remember Alexis Sanchez having a good game. In that Villarreal final, I cannot remember anyone having a good game. But that is the point I'm trying to make. So Pogba didn't take the game from the
Okay, he scored 2 goals, nothing to Pogba. Is that what we're saying? My point is...
Pogba was not the only player that played well. That's my point.
But my point is, Paul Pogba, the reason we've ended up playing well was because Paul Pogba brought us back into the game, gave the team confidence, got the second goal, gave the team even more confidence.
Sorry, I forgot. I forgot. Pogba done a mazy run and banged it in, bro.
Who's talking about? I'm not asking for Bruno to do that.
A good ball. Pogba heads it in.
I'm not asking
His
for
other
Bruno to do that.
His other goal, you know what I'm trying to say? Bro,
I'm not asking for Bruno to do that.
But you just mentioned the whole team was playing
look,
shocking.
I'm not even getting into this argument. Because however you want to put it, yeah, I don't care who Bruno was playing with.
Yeah, you shouldn't have mentioned Pogba. You should not have mentioned Pogba.
We got to the final.
What is that?
We got to the I'm showing you that it can happen.
Try and mention Pogba, when it was way...
You said you've never seen a game where a player...
And that City game is a bad example. Example.
You said to me, you've never seen a player grab a game by the scruff of the neck. Paul Pogba, let's get it straight, didn't just score 2 goals and was just like, okay, rest of you, man, do your thing. Paul Pogba was our best... Forget the goals. Was our best player in that second half against Manchester City. Yeah, yes, he managed to score I'm not asking Bruno to score the goals. I'm not asking Bruno to bang an 80-yarder. I'm asking Bruno because the team was playing so badly, and that's how I rate Bruno. And I rate Bruno that highly where I go, Bruno, grab the game by the scruff of the neck, get things ticking, get things moving. And maybe if you did play well, we might have came away with that and you might have a trophy by now.
Yeah, it's so easy when you got guys. Anyway,
but that's all well and good, bro. That's all well and good.
No, it's so
but
easy.
He done well enough to get us to the final. And it's not like we're playing Real Madrid. We're playing Villarreal.
It's so easy still. Just blame everything on Bruno.
We're not blaming everything on Bruno.
Yeah, just blame everything.
But Bruno's our best player. So who am I going to look to in moments of need?
Oh, Pogba ain't.
Bruno Fernandes. No, Bruno's our best. Bruno is our most important player.
No, it's interesting, isn't it?
No, it's not interesting because you were trying to. This is what I'm trying to say. When I mentioned the Pogba performance, I'm not saying it because I like Pogba, all of that. I'm just saying it was a game that was more than dead and buried, and we managed to salvage something from it.
Yeah,
but Bruno Fernandes for me is our most important player. So in a game like that, where we need to win Ole's first trophy, we need to win the team's first trophy for the first few years. I'm not getting onto him. I'm just saying,
it sounds like
I would have liked for Bruno Fernandes, the big players, in my opinion, step up in big moments.
100%. But that Pogba example, you could have done better still. But we move on, man.
2 goals, best player in the park.
That's not the point I'm making.
I don't know what other example.
The point you made. Remember, you were precise.
But why are we talking about this? Why are we talking about?
Because you're waffling. Because you were waffling with the example you just tried to make.
2 goals, best player in the park.
That's not the point that you was making, though.
It was.
The point you made, everyone was shocking in the Villarreal game. Yes or no? Mm-hmm. Was everyone shocking at the Etihad in the second half?
Because of
yes
what
or no?
Pogba
it's a yes
done.
Or no. It's a yes or no.
I'm asking Bruno to do what
Pogba
yes done.
No. Why don't you want to answer yes or no, though?
Are you not seeing what you're saying, bro?
Answer yes or no.
Are you not seeing what you're saying?
So we can't have this conversation then.
Are you not seeing what
we
I'm
can't
saying,
have this
though?
conversation if you don't want to answer?
Because
yes or
Bruno
no
didn't turn it on, nothing changed.
You're saying Bruno didn't turn it on? Was everyone shocking in the second half of the Etihad? Yes or no?
No.
Okay.
But what point are you trying to make?
The point I'm trying to make is you said everyone was
because shocking. Pogba turned it on. It lifts things, bro.
He lifts things.
It lifts things.
You're saying
you get the goal.
Hold on. You're saying
we've got confidence.
You're saying Pogba
you get the second
it
goal. It builds confidence.
You're
you start playing well.
It on like there wasn't players around him that was playing well as well. That's the point I'm trying to make, mate.
Oh my days.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
What are you not understanding?
At Villarreal, everyone was abysmal. That is the point. At Etihad, not everyone was abysmal. Not hard to comprehend.
The goals.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
Are you not understanding?
Because of the goals. Because Pogba assisted himself. And Pogba got all the goals himself. What are you talking about? Waffle.
It's not waffle. Because if Herrera chests the ball down to him and Pogba misses, we're still 2-0 down.
Well, Herrera got the assist in the end.
I know.
Alexis Sanchez got the assist in the end.
Yes, bro. But if Herrera chests it down and Pogba misses, we're still 2-0 down.
He didn't though. Hypotheticals.
But this is what I'm saying. Bro,
if Herrera,
ridiculous.
If Herrera didn't chest the ball down to him, Pogba doesn't score. What about that?
Yeah.
Since we're doing with hypotheticals.
Yeah, and it ends 2-0.
Okay, and if Sanchez didn't cross it to Pogba,
it ends, and he doesn't score it, it ends 2-0. And then everyone's going to look back at the game saying, well, that was absolutely shocking. We're lucky we didn't lose 8-0. My point is, Pogba scored the goal.
And Herrera and Sanchez assisted him.
Yes. Things get lifted. Confidence starts brewing.
Okay.
And then people start playing better. It's simple maths, bro.
Man said it's simple maths. It's also simple maths that 2-man assisted as well, you know.
I'm not
saying... 2-man contributed as well.
Why do you keep thinking I'm saying Pogba done it alone?
Because in the Villarreal game, everyone was shocking. That's the point. Everyone was shocking.
I'm not saying that they weren't shocking. I'm not saying
So
Paul Pogba done it by himself.
Oh,
I'm not saying.
but that's the point. That's how it was. If you go back to this,
Bro, I'm
that's
saying
what
Paul
is being
Pogba
portrayed.
grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck, got 2 goals. You said to me you've never seen anyone do that. You've never seen anyone play as badly as the game was at Villarreal, and never seen.
The game wasn't that bad in the second half of the Etihad when he got his contributions.
And because of them contributions,
Ah.
we're looking back at the second
Are we
half.
not talking about the game though?
Because of the contributions, we're now looking back at the second half saying we didn't play that badly because of the contributions. That's why I'm asking of Bruno in the Villarreal game. I hope we're clear now.
It's so funny how.
But he didn't. He didn't.
Go on.
And I'm not killing him for that.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
It sounds like you are.
But because you're so defensive, I'm
not
trying to
defensive.
make my point.
I'm definitely not defensive about Bruno
So because
at the end of
Bruno-
the day, with Bruno, I know he needs to do better in a lot of departments. So you cannot sit here and be talking to me about defensiveness. I don't look at Bruno like he's the made man. Because
And
I know
you even agreed with me about the Villarreal game and
that
the
was
Chelsea
shocking.
game and the Liverpool game.
Then you try
and
bring
all
in
of that.
Then
But
you
yeah,
try bring in a
because-
shocking. Then you try bring in a
Because
shocking
you try to
example.
say no one's ever done
a shock, and it's still till today that is cap. Because it wasn't as shocking as Villarreal. Nowhere near. People that watch the game can vouch. But anyways, we'll leave that
And
to the
why
comments.
was it not as
We'll
shocking?
leave that to the
why
comments,
why
man.
was it not as shocking?
What do you mean?
Why was the second
Because
half
Bruno
not shocking?
didn't turn up. Pogba didn't turn up. Our midfield didn't turn up.
No, but
our
why,
wingers
no, I'm
didn't
saying,
turn
why
up.
wasn't the City game as shocking as the Villarreal game?
What do you mean?
Why wasn't it as shocking?
Because we didn't play as bad.
We didn't play as bad. And why is that? Why didn't we play as bad in the second half? So
No,
why
in general.
So why against
in general.
So why against Villarreal did it continue? And why against City did it stop in the at half time?
What do you mean?
So you're saying we didn't play as bad because of the second half. I'm saying to you, why against Villarreal did it continue, and why against City did it not continue? Why did it stop at half time and we were brilliant in the second half? Why is that?
I wouldn't even say. Would you say we're brilliant? Yeah.
What, in the second half
Brilliant.
against City?
Brilliant.
I mean, to bro, the champions.
I'm asking, bro.
I'd say
Brilliant. You don't think we just took our chances in that game? Brilliant.
Yeah. No.
Okay, cool. Cool.
So are you gonna answer the question?
Bro. Like, anything I say to you right now.
No, but I'm
you
asking
just
you a
have a
question.
fixed that. I don't know what your question is.
I asked you. So okay. So against Villarreal, why did it not? Why did it continue being as awful as it was throughout the whole game and the 120 minutes? But against City, why did it stop at half time?
Because no one turned up in the Villarreal game, but in the City game, we had a few players that stepped up.
And who was one of
Simple. Alexis Sanchez.
them? And another one.
Herrera played well in that game as
And
well.
another one.
That's enough.
Oh, no more.
That's
not
enough.
Naming alright, cool.
That's enough.
We're not naming
Yeah,
the
what
main
would that do
culprit.
for you?
Alright, that's fine.
And do you know why that's
We're not
enough?
naming the culprit.
Do you know why that's enough? Because
You know
Yeah,
who was
that's three
brilliant. You
players.
know who was brilliant against Villarreal?
no one.
No one.
Yeah.
You sure?
Who was?
Scott McTominay.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Man of the match.
I won't say brilliant, by the way.
He was man of the match. He
I
was
won't say
absolutely
brilliant.
outstanding. I'll bring the video up later.
I won't say brilliant. Because you can't be brilliant when we lose a final like that in 120 minutes. But we move in.
Like you said, it's not by yourself.
Yeah,
so
it's not.
So Scott McTominay can only do so much, and he was absolutely outstanding.
In your opinion.
Much better than Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, in your opinion.
So my point is, if Scott can do it, I expect Bruno to do it.
In your opinion.
And Pogba didn't do that day either. Pogba was awful. Pogba got yanked off.
Everyone was awful.
Not Scott McTominay.
I mean,
so my point
120
is,
minutes. 120 minutes final.
My point
Boy.
is here.
It's a lot. It's a
That-
lot of nitpicking.
Going back to the main topic is Bruno Fernandes got offered a deal. We've all been atrocious this season. For me, no one deserves a new deal at this moment in time. If the new manager comes in and thinks our most important player deserves one, that's all well and good. You can't argue against that. Bruno's been brilliant for 2 or 3 seasons. But I hear why you're for it. But at the same time, I'm not going to lie. I hear why others are against it. I hear why others don't like Bruno Fernandes. I hear why you do love him. So I'm going to sit here and be like, it doesn't sit right with me. That's all it was. And I don't want to think that it's an attack on Bruno Fernandes, because it's not.
That's how it feels, though.
Because of your reaction, bro. So I'm trying to explain
No, not because
to
of my
you.
reaction.
I'm
Based on your thought process.
I'm trying to explain to you why, and you're not getting it. You're not understanding. So I'm trying to make it, and it seems like I'm attacking him. I'm not attacking him. I was happy he signed his new deal, but there is question marks. There is question marks.
But don't you think You say there's question marks. I'm sure you've seen our ways, bro. I'm sure you've seen the kind of players.
Oh no! Oh, sorry. Yeah. It depends how you look at it. It depends how you look at it, because if you go on this season, like I said, you'll probably agree with me. No one deserves a new deal. Probably this season. If you ask for it now, because we've been awful. But then if someone comes to the table and says, "Look at my man next to me," then you're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, he probably deserved triple that. He probably deserved triple that." Because Bruno's sitting there. Okay, you've said all the stats. You said he's our best player. He's been our captain a few times. You start naming them things there, you're gonna be like, and then you name the guy next to him in the dressing room. You're like, oh yeah, 100%, 100%.
We need to start getting to the names. It's funny though, because we got guys like, is it Lingard on 100k odd? Am I right? 100k about that. We got Phil Jones. I'll say that three times. Phil Jones on another 100k. It's like, bro, we got Mata on 160k.
And
Bruno was on 120k, by the way, before his new deal. For everyone that's saying Bruno didn't deserve a new contract and all of that stuff, blame the board. Blame the board.
Oh no, listen, it'll always root back to that. To be fair to Juan Mata though, he's actually been good for us. But the problem is we ain't shifted him on when we should have shifted him on. It's beyond me how the guy got a new deal last summer.
We're hearing he's gonna be a player, manager or coach at United after.
What straight after? I've not heard of that one still. But last season, Ole, we've already spoken about Ole shooting himself in the foot. But you look around the dressing room and you go, yeah, you can see why Bruno was asking for more P's. You can see why Bruno got the new deal. Because if you put that argument to the table, no one's arguing that. No one. You look at he was on the same as Matic, Fred and Lindelof. Fred and Lindelof are important players in our time. They're not Bruno. So he's going Fred and Lindelof. They play week in, week out, but they're not me. Matic never plays. Your boy Cavani never plays. He's out for another 5 weeks. Never plays.
What's that? 250.
And he's on 250 bags. And he's on and he's only here for the rest of the year. So of course Bruno had every right to, I don't know how it works, but Bruno had every right to go there and be like, look, where's my money? Let's get this cracking.
That's the reason though why I don't bat an eyelid at him getting a new deal. I don't care. To be honest with you, I do, innit? I'm capping in it. The reason why I don't really care that they gave it to him now is because what have we got to play for?
No.
I was there
ultimately, we spoke about Pogba earlier, but we've seen Pogba, and it's again, he's another one. He's just like Bruno in my opinion, in terms of some people love him, some people hate him, but he's going for free, and for me that's craziness. No player like that should be going for free. Whether he should be sold is a different argument, but going for free, never. Bruno shouldn't be the same. So if you want to protect that, that's all well and good.
I hear your argument though, in terms of why, when, the timing.
Yeah, that's all it was.
Yeah, I hear
because if Ole sanctioned it, and Ole's got a 3-4 year deal, I'm like, cool. He's been our best player. What am I supposed to say? I'm not against the deal or none of that. My point is, I was trying to say the player Bruno is, in terms of, you don't know what you're gonna get. Some manager will love him, hate him, and doing all of that before a new manager, for me, madness, bro. When he's got 3 years left, and you can sign it in the summer. Do you get what I'm saying? So, because now someone walks in and doesn't fancy him, we got another stellar contract sitting on the bench. If they even dare to drop him.
I hear you on that one still, I'll be real.
And then things like, oh, he's on so and so much, and then Ten Hag wants to play a certain way, but has to fit Bruno in because he's just got the new deal. It's just a domino effect, bro.
On your point, we've got Lingard that has been there for ages. We've got Mata, been there for ages. all these players here that we mentioned, yeah, it's from old regimes. It's from Moyes. You see what I'm trying to say? All the way to Van Gaal, all the way from Mourinho to Oli.
Now, Matt's the prime example of not getting rid of players.
Prime example.
And then players sitting on wages that they shouldn't be sitting on. If Matta was gone, that's 160 bags a week saved.
If Cavani
and then Bruno now has leeway to go. Now has leeway to go. If he's on that, eat me up. But ultimately, I think the consensus is that we agree with the deal. But for me, you don't care. But for me,
no, it's not even that I don't care.
No.
Because I was gonna say it. If we had something to play for, come on, man, we all know Champs is gone. If we were in a couple cup competitions, I would say, yeah, don't give it. But bro, we ain't got anything to play for, so might as well dish it out while you can.
And it's Bruno.
Before he hits the season and starts telling them, nah, I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll see what's going on. And then before you know it, comes a Pogba situation. See what I'm trying to say? That's the only reason why I don't really care about why he's getting...
Bloody hell.
Good.
That's why I'm not kicking up a fuss. Because it's just a funny feeling. It don't sit right.
No, and I understand that.
Same way it didn't sit right with Rash or...
We got Shaw rumoured to be getting a new contract. That don't sit right with me. So you're telling me he's on what? 150k? You're on 150k. What is the extension? What are you going to be on after the extension? Because if I hear 200 bags, bro, I'm going to faint.
Yeah.
I'm going to faint, bro.
The least...
I hope that breaking news doesn't come out while I'm on the road. Because my head... Bro, my head back might lift up. Bro, my head... Hey.
I think the least... The less said on Luke Shaw, the better on my behalf.
I can't even be asked anymore. Some of these players, it's like, bro, it's like, I get why you want to stay. Because when you're with a board that's so incompetent, it's like, give me my money.
Yeah.
You see what I'm trying to say?
Written off his... Well, not written off, but he's 33. He's patting himself, Bruno.
Yeah.
So it's like... And then Sancho, rumoured to what he's got, it's ridiculous. Because then what are you saying?
When he's young, he's a young G. What's going to be on 700k by 27?
If he smashes it and then his next deal, you're not just going to give him the same wage.
You can't do that. That never happens in football.
So I think, like I said, the consensus here is that we know what the problem is. It doesn't sit right with me. And T4 obviously sees no problem. No. Ultimately, you're happy. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, but I think what we do agree on in a video full of disagreements is that it stems from one place, and I think,
yeah, man. Listen, that was a bit heated.
That was a boxing fight next week.
Listen, I'll smack my man up. But listen, that was a bit heated, but that's how it gets when you're talking about your club. Let us know your thoughts in regards to if you think that Bruno deserved a new contract. If you think he didn't, how you would have handled it. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, we'll be back next week with another video by the grace of God. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Hit the like button. Trust me. I see the support. We all see the support since we've obviously launched. Proper grateful for it. But yeah, man. See you next week with another video. We're out.